Okay.
I'm gonna go grab a beer real quick. BRB.
Okay. How's everybody else doing?
Tired. Moving is not fun.
Moving is not fun.
It is not.
We are probably a third of the way unpacking all the boxes, and we've been here a week. So
It's not bad.
it's not bad. We're just running out of places to put things now. So we downsized.
You
and
never
so
realize how much shit you have until you move.
I have so much shit. It's all this nerdy shit too. I have no room for it now. That makes me sad.
Time to hit the eBay.
I don't think it's that worthy of nerdy shit.
Time to have a nerdy yard sale.
Hey.
Somebody will come by. They'll say, "Man, look at all this cool nerdy stuff. I'll give you $5 for the whole box."
What are you talking about?
My move and how I have all this extra stuff that was in my office, but my office is now the size of a cubicle, and I just don't have room for it all.
I have to go vertical.
There's only so much vertical space.
Hang everything from strings.
Like, here, there's the vertical.
It's not bad.
And I
It's
don't
not bad.
have one wall. That goes to the kitchen.
So this is now. So your office is now the kitchen.
It's attached to the kitchen. It's kind of like it's meant to be like a family planning center. It's a weird little sub room that breaks off from like the kitchen and pantry area. Like that's the pantry, right?
I feel like family planning is usually done in the bedroom.
Hey.
But you know, it's Marie Kondo, that shit. Does it still bring me joy?
Hey, if that Tiamat doesn't bring you joy, I'd happily take it off your hands.
No, that is my desk pet. That is my desk pet. It has already been stationed. It's right over there. What's up?
Nice.
It's right into the garbage.
Never. I worked too hard to get that thing.
I think this is not gonna work.
Which is that the actual Tiamat miniature?
It's the Funko Pop that they released at San Diego Comic Con.
The one that came
yeah.
with the dice.
I've got one up there.
Yeah.
Need to put mine over. I was thinking about taking mine to my my office at work and having it be my desk pad there. Because it's just up on the shelf right now. I really wanted one, and I actually had pre-ordered it because I was like, I had just missed it. I was like, great, oh well, I'll never get that. And then she actually got me one. I was like, sweet.
I pre-ordered it like you did, and then FedEx lost it.
Those bastards.
Those bastards. So I had to buy it secondhand. I got my refund from the original purchase, and I spent about $30 extra to get it. But it was at that point, I needed it to spike FedEx in and of itself.
It was a mission at that point.
It was. Okay.
All right. Well, back to the 10 Towns and Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
So last time when we played, you had just killed Speaker Duvessa Shane in White Wolf Werewolf woman form. and her frosty soldiers who she turned into zombies. Did you guys loot any of the bodies or look around or do anything like that after you killed her, or did we just kind of stop as soon as she went down?
We stopped as soon as combat ended.
I think we were going to loot the bodies at the very beginning of the session.
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
that was
right.
what we decided on. Yeah.
That's what I remember. So feel free to proceed
Yeah, Romeo, it's weather now.
with the looting.
I loot the bodies.
Yep.
I do the thing.
Gonna start with the white wolf in front of me. That we're all surrounding.
She doesn't have any pockets, but you notice that beneath her fur there's a faint glowing, blue glowing light that's shining through her white fur, blood-stained white fur.
Is it in like an awkward spot? Like if I reach for it, am I gonna be labeled like, one of those people?
The anus of the wolf? No, it's not. It's not down towards the loins. It's up in the chest area.
Oh, even better. Awesome. I don't know what it does or what it is, so I'm gonna try and take the edge of my hammer and just kind of try and scrape it out of whatever it's attached to or wherever it's at.
You're gonna take the edge of your hammer and just kind of poke at her chest.
Yeah, try and kind of scoop it out or whatnot. Or I guess I could turn the hammer around and use the blunt end. Well, it's all a blunt end.
Gimdar says,
Okay.
She's definitely dead. We don't need to hit her anymore.
I'm just making sure.
Well, as you poke her fur, are you trying to dig? Are you digging in there, trying to rip
No,
through the
if
meat, or
it-
just kinda-
If I saw it trying to just kind of punch it out or whatever.
Are you concerned it's a trap?
I'm always at this point concerned that something is a trap.
Then
I
allow me to disarm traps the best way I know how.
I was just
is it
picturing
by
being
just
super-
doing it?
Yes, it is.
I just picture you being super grossed out by a dead werewolf body.
Yeah.
What you see there? A shiny thing?
Get it out.
All right, I grab it.
What did you grab?
The shiny blue thing.
It's embedded in the chest of the wolf.
Like a gem on skin level? Like an Iron Man?
I didn't
thing?
say it was a gem.
Well,
I didn't even say what it was.
Is it
It's just a
underneath the
glowing
skin or on
chest.
top of the skin?
Underneath.
Why? I have a mighty metal gauntlet, and it's got some crevices on it that are probably uncomfortable but useful digging tools. So I excavate it from her body.
So you
Yo.
dig into the chest of the wolf.
What, Jeff? Sorry, Anna. It's distracting me.
So you're tunneling into the chest of the dead wolf.
Yeah, just rip it out.
Okay. Gore splatters everywhere. Chest cavity bursts open, and it is a palm-size chunk of what looks to be the same stuff as the Oral's bite. Oral's bite. And it is glowing and pulsating.
This is some of that, Can I borrow your hammer, Leaf? We need to dispose of this.
Go right ahead.
I smash it.
Is that really what you're going to do?
That's what I'm doing. If it's more of that Oral's bite drug, it's gone. I'm done with it. Smashy smash.
As you smash the crystal, a a keening wail lets out from elsewhere in the town. You can kind of hear it from all over the place.
Did we just kill the town?
Well, all done here.
Time to move on to the next town.
You can hear screaming from all around.
Oh god, we killed
Howling.
the town.
Oh no.
So when I smashed it the first time, it was a little smash, and then the screaming started. I'm like, they're going through withdrawal. I better make sure that they have to go through it all the way. And I smash it again.
Oh no. I mean, my character doesn't care. I just want to turn this into a dog sanctuary anyway. But
Okay. So as you do that, in the buildings adjacent to the street that you're on, the doors burst open. Several of the doors burst open. And for some reason, when I reloaded my screen this time, all of the Fog of War stuff is now Fog of War for me too.
Excellent. Take a moment to fix that. I'll be right back.
Okay. So how do I fix that? Because it wasn't like that when I did it just a second ago, and now it is.
Did you set the opacity so high you can't see through it?
I didn't change anything. It was opaque just a minute ago, and then when I reloaded, let me try to reload again. Oh, that fixed it.
Oh.
That's
it's
very
no
strange.
longer a good start.
Yeah, it's longer.
Yeah, it seems to be a little like less glitchy overall. So they obviously made some positive changes.
This video is not brought to you by Roll20.
Well, I mean, sort of it is, but
We're not sponsored by, nor do we want sponsorships from. Why are there people coming out? Oh gosh.
I'm not going to
Wouldn't
say
turn
no
down
to
a
anybody.
sponsorship.
Right?
Oh my god.
You smashed that
Sean does
crystal.
not speak for all of us.
Sean does speak for his channel.
You smash that crystal, and out come the people who were shrieking just a moment ago.
Still shrieking at this point.
Well, they all just look very angry now. Just look pissed off.
Great.
I think it's time that we leave.
Yeah. Let's just back away slowly.
Or quickly. Quickly sounds good too.
Do they all feel like a blue tinge to them like they do in their pictures?
Yes, they do.
Yeah,
They all have notably blue skin.
Or at least can we back away from Gimdar since this was his decision?
Hail and well met, citizens. We have freed you from Arl's Bite.
They don't look free to me.
The blue-tinged woman up here points at you and screams, "What the fuck have you done?"
I have freed you from this awful contaminant.
This one down here says, he yells at you, "My body hurts. What have you done?" And this one just kind of starts shambling forward.
I feel like I've already said I've freed you from this contaminant.
I'm starting to leave. No.
They're all just muttering things like, "God, it hurts."
No.
The pain will pass, and this town will become a better place once more.
Can we start running yet?
I don't think that they're persuaded.
This monster was a
They-
werewolf with an Arl's Bite crystal in it. They had to die, and the drug had to be destroyed.
They don't seem convinced.
Sean, he's not even having you roll. Like, this is a no-go.
They don't seem overly convinced by your argument.
Did anyone want to be saved?
These guys didn't, apparently.
We had a long conversation about that.
Are more and more coming out?
They're just funneling out. It might be a good time to back away slowly.
Yeah, so moral of the story was we should have just left all this alone. They were fine.
They were not fine. They were cultists.
I'm out.
Okay, roll a d20, someone. Gimdar, you did the party another favor by rolling first.
Is that how many more people spawn?
Yeah. They start filing from down the street.
I think we should make a hasty retreat.
We're in the middle of town, aren't we?
We just come off a bridge.
Yeah, you would just come. Hold on, let me pull up the map real quick. I think you had just walked through.
I promised them.
You could try to call to them. Where were the dogs at?
Everywhere.
No, I'm talking about the sled dogs that are being.
Yeah. Oh, the dog sanctuary.
At that merchant stand.
Do your dog whistle.
I whistle as loudly and meaningly as I can.
You hear a couple of howls off in the distance.
I'll come back for you.
Right, so they're filing in. The villagers don't seem pleased by what you've done.
We ruined their good time.
So you're welcome to try and fight them. Or you could try to flee.
They're obviously afflicted. I feel like there's more good we can do in this city.
Well, we won't achieve it by staying here and fighting them.
We could duck into any of the buildings to escape.
And be cornered inside of the building with an angry mob outside?
No, we would be bottlenecking them. It would be more difficult for us to be attacked.
If your theory is they're going through withdrawal, we should just leave and let it wear off, and then we can come back and worry about it.
Yeah, honestly, that's probably our best decision. We'll come back.
That's a pretty good sense. I'm going to disagree with it on principle.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a tweaker? They don't stop. They just don't.
Just let them tucker themselves out, and then we can move back in.
Sean, the shards of the crystal that you broke are still faintly pulsating.
I stamp on them.
Oh God!
Oh,
and I'm turning and running.
Did you really just stomp them?
Yes, I did.
Of course he did.
You couldn't just scoop it up.
As you stomp them, as you stomp the shards, the villagers all in unison fall to the ground and let out gas as though they had been like punched in the stomach.
I think we should just leave and not break any more drugs and see.
This is how we save them. And then I stomp on them and rub my feet on the ground, like trying to turn it to dust.
So you've smashed all of them?
Ah, yes.
All
I have
pieces
turned.
are now ground to pieces?
Yep, ground to dust within the pavement.
visibly malformed villager right in front of you. The skin just starts melting off of him, and
Oh
a
my
blue
God.
light emanates from inside of his chest cavity, very much like the speaker.
We're going to be here all day taking crystals out of people, aren't we?
And once the skin has melted off, all that's left behind is a blue wisp
Hey,
in
it's like the
vaguely
other
human
guys.
form. Yeah, it looks like that thing that killed all the mercenaries when you first came in, when you first made it to the town. The guys from the bar. It looks like a Cold Light Walker. And these guys are violently shaking too, the other ones that look a little off.
Y'all continue to let me do dumb things, and I will continue to do dumb things.
Okay, someone grab one arm, someone grab the other arm.
Let's grab them and go.
Yeah, knock him out quick.
Is the pulsating wispy guy? Is he like he's a stone with a wisp and a floating cloak?
Yeah, basically. The
Nordak,
cloak is just the
bullet arrow. It's another one of those crystal rocks. Take it out.
As soon as you stomped on that crystal earlier, I turned and ran. Nobody heard me though.
Where did he go?
oh wow.
Oh,
is
shit.
totally gone.
I told you we should have.
We can
Well-
still save these people.
By leaving, yes.
Yep,
It's my thought as well. I'm already out.
yep, I'm heading
No
that way.
running. Yep.
The rest of the villagers.
Am I
are
being
starting to
dragged
look
out, or
more-
are y'all running without me?
We are running without you.
I grabbed the back of your shirt and start pulling you towards the exit.
I'm very confused, but I'm so confused that I'll allow myself to be pulled.
Wait, what?
Can I use animal handling to help them help out?
You sure can.
Shit's okay, boy. Who's a good Gimdor?
You coax him out.
My intelligence is so low, I'm basically a dog.
Yeah, they're all starting to look a little off now. None of the villagers quite look human anymore.
Gee, I wonder why.
We can save them!
No,
No.
I think they're far gone. Too far gone.
This guy right here, the Cold Light Walker, he appears to have recovered. And
See, he's fine.
he is... Yeah, no, he's great. He is going to do a
Oh.
cold ray at the remaining party members.
Me and Dee are the only ones here. I'm being dragged out. Everyone
Okay.
else has run away.
Well, you better hurry. He's starting to charge up.
Is he charging
I'm
his
trying to
fireball?
hurry up.
He's charging his laser.
I'm a fire my laser.
Forgot to be moved
Where is
by
Dee?
no, no, no.
I'm being dragged by her.
Puck's
So
following you. He's right behind you. Yeah, you hear a loud droning noise behind you as a column of ice just explodes where you were standing previously.
we could take him as I'm dragged away.
It's kind of like,
Famous last words.
all right. So the does anybody want to look back?
Yes, I'm looking back. I'm being dragged away,
As you-
facing the whole
As
thing.
you're being dragged along, you see that the rest of the villages are all transforming into Cold Light Walkers. There's now a whole pile of Cold Light Walkers right in the middle of the town.
Oh yeah, we could barely handle what, 2 of them?
We handled one of them. We can definitely handle more than one of them.
Hey, DM question.
Let's see.
So this is obviously affecting those who have indulged a lot in Oral's Bite.
Right.
What about the members of our party who have slightly engaged with it?
I'm good, man.
We're fine.
They're all
Why you
fine.
gotta open
This
your
is-
mouth?
This is me asking, like, observing. Like, I would look to them to see if they were doing all right.
You're right. They've all gone blind. No.
Why is it all so dark?
They all have extreme frostbite. Their fingers and toes snap off.
Oh,
No big deal. That's what the clerics.
Can I get a cure wounds over here stat? Somebody collect my fingers.
No, they're fine. It's more for people that have been exposed heavily to it,
right.
which
Which is the
likely
whole
is
town.
not everyone in, likely not everybody in the town, but obviously these folk right here were definitely indulging.
With that in mind, we are leaving innocent people to die to these cruel abominations. We have to go back.
We can't save everyone. If we're dead, we can't save anyone.
Yeah. We
This is
need
true.
to.
So you would leave them to die.
Yeah. I barely care about them. I want to save the nature.
Okay, well you go run along in the forest and help the good elves, and we'll go. I want to go back in the city. We need to rescue people,
Stop.
and your dogs are in there too.
Yes, but we have to save the perpetual winter.
There are people dying. There are people who are going to die in front of us if we do nothing.
There are people dying where we
There-
can't see them all over. Many
Yes,
more.
but we can do something about this, and we
you
are not.
caused this.
We're
Gandalf.
supposed to be doing something about the other thing.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with leaving people to die in the middle of a city on a problem we may or may not have caused.
Then you're doing it alone.
What is this we?
yeah.
Yeah.
What
Is
may
no
or
one
may
else
not.
concerned about the people of this town?
No.
Not as concerned as my life. I was hired and paid to do something about the big problem.
This is a
not
big
single-
problem. This is an entire
not a
town's
single
worth of
city's
people.
problem.
Is a city not a big problem? That's
Not
a
when
lot of
there's
people.
9 other
We've
ones.
got 9 other ones to worry about too.
This is like 10% of the entire region right here.
Right, so if we lose this one, we still get an A on our report card. It will be fine.
It's still an A.
I am not okay with leaving any amount of people to die that stand right in front of me.
No one's saying we're okay with it. It's just a matter of numbers. We cannot possibly accomplish anything staying here.
We can accomplish something. We can
Trying
evacuate
to
people.
save a couple people when we have bigger things.
Ideally, we save more than a couple people.
I feel like this conversation is not a good
Malcolm
one to be
is still
having while we
running.
are being chessed.
Malcolm is still running. I have not stopped to have this discussion.
Yeah.
This is a mental conversation.
I'm still dragging him so he can.
I'm
keep
yelling this
yelling.
out to everyone. We need to go back and save
Yeah.
them. We need to go back
have
and
a-
rescue people.
You have a hero complex and it needs to be shut down.
Hold on, that's actually one of the things on my character sheet.
As you're running along the streets, you start to hear screams echoing throughout the city.
This is
Well-
the thing I have. My bond is the common folk must see me as a hero of the people.
Not the common folk anymore. They're
They're monsters.
No, there are not just monsters. There are people in the city, and I'm going back.
you see no proof of that.
I hear the screams. He just said there's screams.
Of the
Yeah,
people
as you-
who.
You were smashing their drugs. They started.
Yes,
stealing
but people are going to die, and I'm going back.
You're hearing that droning noise as well, the one right before the ice beam explodes. it's quickly escalating. It's going from being just a couple of screams to more and more across the city.
Let's see.
We have to go in there and rescue who we can. I'm obligated to. These people need someone to help them.
Do you even have any idea about how to handle the situation? What will you do?
I will go in there and I will rescue people with my. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me say what my int stat is.
Let's workshop this idea. What are you going to do when you go in to save them?
I'm going to go inside. I'm going to get them, and I'm going to bring them outside.
Well, as it was very previously, presented, they have no interest.
Some of them have no interest. People unaffected
Also-
by Oral's bite might have an interest in living.
They also won't survive the cold of the travel.
So, how are you?
We are only surviving it through magic. They cannot survive outside their city right now. We should go handle the cold, and then we can come back and save anyone who survived.
There will not be any survivors if we come back.
We've cut off the source of Oral's bite, so they have nowhere else to get it.
Yes, and the afflicted by Oral's bite will likely kill everyone. I look to our, who I think is a lawful good cleric.
He is, but he's telling you.
You will not save these people?
I would love to
The
save
needs
these
of-
people, but you've created this issue, and we have a lot of people we need to save.
The needs of the many outweigh the few,
There are many in there that will die.
and there are many
well, hopefully they're quick
more
enough to get
outside.
out.
And these are people who are obviously within our reach to help.
We are outnumbered and outgunned right now.
And I'm not saying that we should go in guns blazing. We can run a guerrilla operation just to get refugees out of the city.
That builder wastes so much time.
As you're running, you're welcome to be yelling for people to, I don't know, come with me if you want to live.
I'm too busy having this argument with the whole party that's within range of me.
Makes sense. Well, as you're being dragged along, from one of the buildings bursts the crazy trout dwarf.
See? We need to save him! He's a beloved NPC. Fan
He just burst
favorite.
through a wall. I think he's okay.
That was a door. That was a door.
He's limping. He just burst through a wall. He's not the Kool-Aid man.
He throws himself through the window. No, it was a door. He bursts through the door and he screams, "What in God's name's going on out here?"
Run for your life, Trout Man! We need you to live! You and your trout capturing abilities.
He bursts out and he's immediately swamped by frostlight walkers.
Really?
Oh,
No.
What?
I mean, you want to give me a hero complex. That's how you do it.
He's ripped to pieces in front of your very eyes. No, he starts running along with you. He says, "Where are we going? We going to catch some trout?"
No, we're going back in the town to save the people.
they heard nothing of what we said.
He says, "Save the people," and he stops and he "Oh, that doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good at all. I think we should beat it out of here."
I agree.
The
I
only
agree.
thing keeping me out of the city is if it's nuked with ice within the next 30 seconds. Otherwise, I'm running back in.
Well, you're hearing droning. Get off of there. Get off that table.
Well, that's what.
This is where Gimdar dies.
If this is where Gimdar dies, this is where Gimdar dies.
Can't let you do that.
Yeah, I think they're still just dragging you.
I'm in a cut. I want to break loose of Gwynria. Do I need to roll from that?
Drink.
Yeah, roll strength check against who all is dragging you?
Just Gwynria.
Right now it's just me.
Yeah, roll strength.
Oh, I got your ass.
You better knock my ass out. I'm gonna struggle the whole way outside of town.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try and do. Can I try and knock him out?
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say, it's like, how would you like to proceed with your successful strength check?
I'm going to create water around his feet that instantly freezes him in place.
Ha! Now we can't go anywhere. We have to save the people.
We can ship him out, but right now we need him to calm the fuck down.
I need to choke a bitch.
So you've frozen him in place in the middle of the street?
It's time to laser
Oh
beam
wait,
me.
we're in the street? I thought we made it out of the town. Never
No,
mind,
we're
I'm
still
not
driving.
doing that.
Okay. Troutman is running behind you. You're almost to the gate, though. You're basically almost there.
My heels are dug in.
Theater of the mind.
My heels are dug in. I will not go any farther.
Then
I go over and I pick up his feet.
Okay.
What do I need to roll?
You need to knock me unconscious with a trout or something.
I mean, Troutman could do it. He's got a very large knucklehead trout on his back.
Is that his weapon?
So he has a giant frozen knucklehead trout strapped to his back. So yeah, maybe.
And it's actually frozen all the time through magic. When Gimdar dies, he will be my hero.
It's Old Bitey.
Old Bitey, the frozen fish mallet. Or the frozen fish paddle.
Upon closer inspection, it's actually just a large club carved into the shape of a fish.
I love it.
Beautiful craftsmanship. I will not go any further.
I don't
says,
think you have a chance since I beat your strength roll.
Yeah, you got him restrained.
I don't know what you've done to beat my strength roll, but it's not knocked me unconscious.
He's looking at you quizzically. He's like, should I help? What should I do?
I'm going to I want to grab Gimdar's feet and tell the fish guy to knock him the fuck out. That's what I do.
Okay. He says, can do. And he bops you right in the side of the head, Gimdar.
Am I wearing a helmet?
Are you?
I don't think.
Not
Probably
according
not.
to your pictures.
Probably not.
None of us have helmets.
Helmets are for...
I'll learn. I'll do better next time when I pick a character picture.
I'm wearing a helmet.
How are you?
You
I'm gonna Photoshop a top hat made of steel.
are wearing scale mail. That's all you've got. I don't think you have a helmet on. You're also a noble. I guess that would make sense.
Something to rectify at a later time. Now that I've been knocked unconscious, I'll know better.
Yep. You brained
For next
it.
time. In the meantime,
As your vision fades, house down the street from where you're looking, the window explodes in a beam of frost. So the party makes it out of the city.
after he's knocked out, I'm gonna pick him up and carry him the rest of the way instead of dragging him through the ground.
You don't drag me by my ankle.
No, I'm a better friend than that.
You make it back to the city gates, and it is
Locked.
is absent of guards.
Because we killed them all.
Is the gate open?
It is partially open.
Enough to squeeze through?
It's like 100% locked.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go through.
Yeah. Keep going.
There's nobody around. It's just vacant. The guards are obviously busy, or actually, you can't really see on top of the battlements. They could be shambling around up there. Who knows? But does anybody want to investigate the gates, or do you want to keep going back to your little impromptu camp?
I'm a little busy.
I'll wake up from my unconscious state to investigate the gates.
Maybe someone that isn't helping Carrie Gibdar investigate the gates. See if we
Well, I
can shut
picked them up, so you should be free.
I don't know how much of an investigation you could do as y'all are running for your lives like cowards.
Big talk coming from someone who's
Yeah.
knocked out.
Yeah. You saying that to yourself in your sleep?
I have dreams about it. Looks like a gate.
It's clearly a gate.
It would appear that it is a gate.
It's a push gate, not a pull gate.
Anybody else want to do that? I have a -1. Like, I don't. You don't want me to look at these gates.
I'll try and look at the gates.
Plus,
That's better.
It was a gate all along.
so as you pass through the gate, you can hear scrabbling on the other side of the wall. Definitely doesn't sound like there's doesn't sound like people.
Nope. Sounds like horrible.
Great.
Sounds like something not so great on the other side of the battlements.
Like on the inside, or like
Yeah,
they're
like
waiting
on the
for us
inside.
outside?
We're on the inside.
No, like on the inside. Basically, just confirming. Yeah, there's nobody really worth visiting with here.
No one's alive.
There are people in us. Are.
No, they're not. We
to
saved
keep
Troutman.
moving.
That's it.
He says in his dreams.
I mumble in my sleep. I'm a sleep talker.
All right, you make it through the gates and back to the little camp that you had previously. Been before you headed back into the city.
First things first, I'm gonna tie up Gimdar.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna be pissed when I wake up.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop Gimdar next to the fire so that he can tie him up
I sleep roll.
into the fire.
Right into the fire. Gimdar just wants to die.
Gimdar does not want to die, but we left people to die. That's very upsetting.
So much so that he is ready to die.
I am not ready to die. I am ready to rescue people.
As you approach the camp, the dwarves and Scramsax all seem a little bit concerned by the noises echoing from a little ways away at the city. They say, "What in the world is going on down there?"
Well, we
The
we
mayor
killed
was
the
a werewolf,
speaker. Yep. Mayor
and
was-
go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay, so Mare was a werewolf, so we killed her, and then she had some sort of weird jewel stuck in her chest, and so this one that we knocked out smashed it, and everyone turned it into these white walkers. Long story
Yeah.
short.
They all look at each other. They say, "The cold light walkers? There's more than one down there now?"
Oh, the whole town.
The whole town.
Except Troutman.
Great.
Except Troutman.
Except Troutman. Aye, except for me. Troutman.
The only sober one in the city.
The
Igor
secret was his
Troutman at your service.
He's too busy fishing to get on any kind of drug.
That's all he's obsessed with trout.
He's high on fish.
That is his drug.
Actually, speaking of which, he walks over to the fire and whips out a small kettle that he has in his pack.
He's cooking fish in there.
Excellent.
Pulls a couple of small trout out of his bag and starts making a stew.
That's disgusting. Just carrying around.
Carrying around
Keeps them on.
dead
What's
fish
up?
in a sack.
Don't worry, they're salted. It's salted trout. He hears you guys talking.
He assaulted trout. See what happens. It's fucking loony.
He's one of the ones you wanted to save.
I'm unconscious still. Can I roll a D something to see how many hours I'm unconscious for?
You can just roll a d20 to see if you wake up. Actually,
Nope.
6. Here, I'll flip a coin.
Didn't I already roll?
No, I'll flip a coin. Heads, you wake up. Tails, you don't. Wake up.
Gimdar doesn't rouse slowly. He sits up immediately.
Okay.
Immediately bolts awake.
Okay. Calm down.
Am I tied up?
Mario.
Calm down.
Am I tied up? I need to know.
You're
Yes.
tied up
Why am I tied up?
Because
your dumb ass wouldn't come with us.
Yeah, what he said.
Are they all? How long have I been out?
Long enough to get us out of the city.
So we can still save people. I start rolling in that direction.
Without a plan, we can't.
Don't make us throw you in the river.
Can't hear you. Already rolling. I'm fucking Sonic the Hedgehog now.
Oh my god. No, I'm gonna do everything I can to stop him from rolling. I'm not sure what I need to do, but let me think.
Probably knock me out again.
Whip out your rope and just stake him to the ground like a
Yeah, stake me to the ground with a spear or something.
Give him a feed bag.
right through the heart. That'll stop him.
That will stop me. And you can cure wounds me afterwards to make sure I stay alive.
Hey, I still have some drugs on me. I could give him the drugs.
We know what happens when you give people the drugs.
Well, you can.
I could be more powerful than ever before.
Are you gonna are you like reaching into your pouch for the drugs?
No.
Gwynra
Well-
wants to roofie me with some Oral's bite.
Well, when you if you were to observe the Arl's bite, anyone who was glancing in their pack as they were waiting for these shenanigans to stop, in Gimdar, they would notice that the Oral's bite is now no longer blue, but just a gray, dull color. It's lost its icy blue tinge.
It's lost its
Luster.
bite.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder what that means.
Well, I think that you definitely weren't completely wrong in smashing the crystal. Just maybe, I don't know, you might have just done it out of order a little bit. Because it seems like it's definitely deactivated the drug itself, but with dire effects for anybody who had been heavily consuming it, which was a lot of people at that point.
See, we did save people. Now they
Those people going through withdrawals are probably killing other people. They were shooting ice lasers.
So yeah. As you're at the camp, you're I guess everybody's probably going to get by the fire to get warm and just update the dwarves as to what was going on. As you're sitting at the camp, you hear something approaching. If I can find them.
It's Troutman's brother. Salmon Man.
Salmon Man.
Excellent. We'll have a feast tonight.
That is also his other brother, Deer Man,
Elk boy.
Beer Dude.
Beer boy, mead man.
Me, man.
I love
Where's the Cheesemeister?
your pups come running up.
Yeah. I go and I like run and start playing with them. Rolling it.
The wolf pack has arrived.
There you go.
So,
Here's your puppy.
Scrams, Shanks, you know any secret ways to get back into the town? We should probably work on trying to take the town back.
He actually, ever since you guys walked up and said and filled him in, he's looked a little bit pale, like kind of in shock. I don't think he was really expecting that to happen.
It's almost like his entire family of innkeepers are now dead.
Snap out of it, man.
I didn't know. I just didn't know that that's what was happening.
Well, now you know, and we need help figuring out what to do next.
He looks at you. He says, "I'm going to be honest. I moved a lot of that stuff in just the past few months to a lot of different people. Like if that's what's happening, if they're turning into those things, then there's going to be a lot of them just from me. Not to mention my cousins and." I don't know what you would be able to do against such a force.
Oh,
Italy,
Mr.
I'm just
Man, I
playing.
don't think you have a choice.
Well,
Because my
if-
man Gimdar might be knocked out, but he's wanting some revenge, and I don't mind him taking you out because that doesn't put us at any risk.
He gulps again. He says, "Well, I do know of a there is a cistern that you could take to try and get back into the town. Travel
That
through the
we
sewers.
Can try to take, yes, that we can. Scramshanks.
That I could show you."
Mm-hmm.
And guide us through completely.
He looks around. Where would you try and go if you went back into town? Who are you trying to save? Do you have someone specifically? Maybe I could help you out.
Am I unconscious or am I awake?
We knocked
You
you
just-
back out.
Is that
You
what
were
happened?
trying to roll away.
Yeah.
You didn't stake him to the ground like a goat.
Well, you've moved this stuff. You know more about it than we do. Is there any hope for these people, or are they just gone for good?
He says, I honestly don't know. And the other dwarves around, sitting there, they all shrug and they say, "No, I mean, this is all relatively new. It definitely reeks of frost druid magic, though. That's for sure."
Come again, frost druids.
Hi, frost
The-
druids.
The nature of ice.
Well, there's always been a small presence of frost druids in and around the area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's Icewind Dale. I kind of chuckle, but it definitely reeks of some kind of fell magic, and if I had to guess, it'd be the frost druids. I don't know who else up this far north would have the magical power to be able to do something like this.
Frost druids, you say?
They worship Oral. There used to be an enclave of them a bit farther out into the wilderness, but the town guard went in and drove them off, and they haven't really been heard from much since. That was a
Where
couple
are
of
you
years
getting this
back.
stuff from?
I was getting it from the speaker, Scramsack says.
I think that warrants an investigation at least. Better spent investigating this than trying to control the chaos in the town.
Yeah,
Doing a suicide squad.
yeah.
Scramsack says, you know, that fella, the caped fella that was always in the tavern, he was actually the one that gave it to me. I never did catch his name, but I know that he was definitely in league with the speaker.
I think that's enough of a lead for me.
When was
But let
the
me
last
tell
time
you.
that we saw him?
Didn't we lose that guy? Once?
Let me tell you, if this is a dead end, I'm coming back and taking care of you myself.
He says, well, if the speaker's dead at this point, I mean, I don't really have anything left to lose. And it sounds like the town's back there getting demolished, so tavern's gone. I guess I'll have to move on to a different tin town to one of the other towns to get set up.
Allow me to be awake, please. I disagree with his continued existence.
He's an opportunist. He's like, well, you know,
He's a dead man
this
walking.
could actually be good for me. That is if the winter will ever let up.
You don't seem very
Okay.
concerned about that either.
No, he kind of chuckles and says, I guess we're all kind of living on borrowed time at this point. The winter goes on for too much longer, we'll all be dead, so.
It's
Yeah.
true.
The dwarves all kind of look around and look grim-faced. Piranha says, well, I guess I can't really argue with that.
This setting just got a lot darker.
I mean, it's been a icy, like, death winter for how long
2
was it?
years.
2 years. It's like they're hardy folk, but at this point they're already like stretched to the brink.
I also feel like Jeff has had 3 weeks in order to figure out how to get us back on track in this campaign.
Yes,
And then we spent a solid several hours just arguing over whether we should run.
From here.
Well, I'm trying to remember that guy. We lost him, right? Did we try to follow him and we lost him, or did we?
Yeah, that was more towards the middle of town, and it was at night when you were tailing Sefik, who's laying in the snow up there by that skeleton,
Poor fellow.
headless. Where did his head get off to?
That's a good question. Now that the DM mentions it.
What?
Didn't I put it in my
Sefik-
backpack because I thought I could talk?
I think you did. Is it in your inventory?
I don't know.
That's why I asked. I swear, I feel like either you put it in your pack or somebody had like tucked it somewhere.
If I put it in my pack, I didn't write it on my character sheet.
So I know bodies aren't gonna exactly go bad outside right now, but they just like left it right next to the sleeping tent.
They
Yeah.
sure did. You just tossed it right up beside the tent. They want to stay by that fire. They don't want to get anywhere. It's not like they went and dug him a grave. They tossed him in the rubbish pile.
They dragged him off a little bit, and then they got back to
threw
the
him in the
fire.
latrine.
Oh, now they got to go over there and see him every time they shit.
Oh, he's in the latrine pit.
That's even worse.
Just defecating on his body.
It's like, we go take a dump on what's his name.
That's what murderers get around here.
There you go.
All right, so the Frost Druid is a lead. He might be back in the city. He might be controlling the Frostlight Walkers, maybe.
I had to put his stuff in the washer.
That's right. So you could try to go back and pursue that, or when's the last time we had a rest? Like a long rest. Is everybody good on HP and whatnot?
Oh no, not even a little.
I've been unconscious for a while.
I don't think that's considered good rest though.
He had a great nap. So good.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll some hit die.
Yeah. Why don't you guys use this as an opportunity to take a long rest, heal up?
Wake up
Yeah.
completely rested, ready to go back into that city.
Oh, you know what? Probably be a good time to just level up in general.
Hey,
after
Mom.
defeating
Are we leveling up?
yeah, level up.
Oh shit.
Y'all beat the speaker of the city. You didn't get killed by the Frostlight Walkers. You gained a trout friend.
It's all thanks to Trump, man.
Y'all seen some shit.
If you insist, I will level up and become more capable of rescuing everyone in the town.
Oh
Yes.
man. I haven't
Everybody
even
rest
given
and
this
level
any
up.
thought. I have to choose a primal path. Hold on.
It's okay. I have to go tend to this sweet, wonderful child, Alexander, for just a minute. So while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna get to that.
I'm about to have to put my kid to bed, but he just walked in here butt ass naked.
Hey.
Hi, Mom.
He did. He was just like, "Hey, Mom,
Alex
why are
is
you
a
still
really good
naked?"
Did I only get health?
Where's my green drink dish? And then every once in a while when I say, we're all living on borrowed time, he says, it's all borrowed. Okay.
No, we get a martial archetype if we're hitting 3.
Yeah, but what does it give us?
Alright, I'll be right back.
Depends on which one you choose.
Yeah, we basically adopt a fighting style. Right? Or no, I'm sorry, that's the next thing. Different fighters choose different approaches to perfecting their prowess. These archetypes you choose emulate reflects to your approach. So we've got champion, we have battle master.
I definitely pick something that we don't have content for on Roll20.
Eldritch Knight. Actually, I think I chose something out of
You chose the
Xanthar.
Arcane Archer or something?
Yeah.
Oh, there's just stuff. Oh, I could do a level 2 spell.
So I have Arcane Archer Lore and Arcane Shot.
Damn, I get 6 spells. 6 new spells.
Oh shit.
That's what I thought it was saying for me, but I was just saying that I get 6 spells.
Are you're nature based, right?
Oh, yeah.
D.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that influence my Arcane Archer lore because now, from watching you fight, I have gained proficiency in the nature skill.
Cool. Oh god, I have no idea what I want to.
I can also learn the Druidcraft cantrip. I don't know what that does.
That might be good. Lesser restoration where I can get rid of a disease or condition.
I could speak giant.
Ooh, this is a hard decision. I could either do flame blade, which seems like it'd be super handy in like this icy region, or I could do lesser restoration with healing.
Yeah, yeah, it's true.
Decision, right? Should be useful. I can change my stuff, so I'll get rid of Thunder Blade, get both Flame Blade and Lesser Restoration.
I'm adding.
Why isn't it letting me hit apply changes at the end?
Sometimes Roll20 is just awful like that.
Sometimes.
It was running real slow for me.
That's silly cat.
That's silly cat.
Well, not that. Fill that.
Okay. How goes the leveling up?
I'm having to do it manually.
Same.
I'm done.
As the party rests, the sound of screaming and battle echoing from town starts to get more and more quiet.
Oh, I just realized I didn't send the message where I said I was late because of dinner.
Who was late?
And he's
Okay, I'll be right back.
You were late?
with Maria's with Joe.
So, yeah, through the night, screams just start dying off.
See, all better.
Yeah, they're all fine. Everybody's fine.
Everything's great.
They're all good. They probably fought off all those whoppers. They're reestablishing order as we sleep.
Wait. Are we like that?
Excuse me.
What? Ooh.
Hot. He's dead.
What's our proficiency bonus at? 2.
No. Body too.
Giant smite, that's cool.
It's gonna be fun.
We have Xanthar's guide, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so I shouldn't have to. Okay, so I can search from here.
You shouldn't have to do all the plebe stuff I'm having to do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sorry, Mario go.
Okay,
Where he
I think I'm ready.
Everybody's leveled up then?
I have to add a bunch of stuff in, but yeah, I'm in feasible terms of numbers changed. Yeah, it's done.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to take, I know I haven't really given y'all a whole lot to work with as far as like materials and stuff, but if anybody's got anything that they want to mess around with in their downtime, you want to make some Charlatan arrows? You want to make a gauntlet with a bunch of Charlatan just like embedded in the front, like some impromptu brass knuckles, whatever. If you want to look for some frosty herbs out here in the along the rocks back here, maybe some grave moss growing over there on that skeleton, whatever.
Am I still tied to a post?
Do you need to be tied to a post?
Have you calmed
It's not
down?
up to me. Someone tied me to a post.
Are you calm now?
Do you think I'm calm now?
All right. No, I
No, I don't.
don't.
I use my giant smite to grow one size larger and break the ropes and then run back into town on a suicide mission. Bringing Scramcletus or whatever his name is with me.
You're just gonna strap him to a shield, hold him out in front of you.
Strap him to a shield. He is the shield.
Quit making that noise, please. Yeah, he walks around and makes that noise all the time. Drives Amanda crazy. It doesn't bother me typically, but it does right now. He's starting to get bored is what's happening. He is outgrowing his environment. He needs new sources of stimuli.
The little one or the big one?
The big one.
Throw him in the backyard.
We did that on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Actually, he went out into the woods it's not even really the woods anymore because I cut all the trees down back there. It's just
The
there's like a
mud.
section that's there's a section that's bamboo and there's still a couple of pine trees up, so it's like thicket. And he said, "Ooh, it's the spooky pines, Dash." So he went back there and he came back with scratches all over him, but he had a lot of fun. So anyway, so yeah. I mean, Scramsax is actually a pretty decent fighter too.
I know. He could definitely help us rescue civilians.
He's not helpless. Like he's got a veteran stat block. When you guys were fighting him back in the bar, like he's pretty stout.
He could have taken us. He could have taken us if it's 1-on-1.
Probably, yeah. If the dwarves in the party here and your companion dwarves hadn't stepped in and been like brawling, yeah, probably.
I'm awake at least. I would like to talk to Scram Sinkles.
Okay.
Scramdiddlyumptious.
He looks over the fire. He says, "It's Scramsax."
You can't even say it.
You can't say it all.
He's so mad he stutters. His face turns bright red. He says, "It's Scramsax."
Okay, Scrumdiddy. How about me and you? We go rescue your family in town.
You mean my cousins? They can fend for themselves.
Jeez,
They're stout.
are a winner.
They're stout.
Yeah, what about their children?
What am I? My cousin's children's keeper? He shrugs.
Obviously not.
Says, you know who I worry about in this life? Me.
You know who you should be worrying
Rambleshanks?
about?
Scrambleheimer Jingle Schmidt.
You should be worrying about me. As soon as I'm untied, I'm going to give you nothing else to worry about.
Are you trying to intimidate him?
I mean, I'm not trying to intimidate him. If he's intimidated, that's on him.
He
That sounds like some victim blaming.
he says, look. I can.
I'm the one tied up here.
I can still be helpful. Don't worry. I will definitely help you in whatever your next steps are, as I still need to make it to the next town, so I'm with you at least as that far.
You know what? We're definitely going to a town.
Well, you can't stay out here. Unless you're going to set up a little shanty town called New Bryn Shander. Refugee camp. We'll just start the town over right beside it. He laughs.
Hopefully the walls will keep the undead in.
Yeah, just quarantine it. Just roll some giant boulders down and block it off, and boom.
Oh.
So I can't trust Scrumdiddlyumptious to come with me in town.
Doesn't sound like it.
It doesn't sound like he cares.
He certainly isn't pining for his family members who are probably all either ripped to shreds or turned into God knows what.
Popsicles.
Yeah.
Sure.
Popsicles. Meat popsicles.
Somebody untie me. I want to go back to the city.
As you say that, off in the distance, towards the center of town, there is a large blue glow that you see.
Is this the nuke I asked for?
Yeah, right. As you watch a small little dot falls from the sky, and then boom, the whole thing just explodes. Tactical airstrike.
from Oral. Just like, this was a mistake. Boom.
Experiment complete. You hear a booming voice from the sky. Oh my god, it's Elminster.
If this is actually what happens, I'm still going to be upset. Or Gimdar's going to be upset.
No, the blue glow starts, and it's visible pretty clearly even from here, and a giant blue shard of ice erupts from the middle of the town.
Engulfing the town? Or destroying it? Or freezing
well, presumably wherever in the middle of the town it erupted from, it probably just destroyed that. I think we just got back.
it? So there might be people, survivors still.
There's probably still a few. You like Stephen Knight? Okay.
A few survivors is not worth us almost possibly losing our lives and not completing our quest that we were originally sent out to do.
Well, to be fair, there would be more survivors if we hadn't spent the last 8 hours taking a nap.
To be fair, there would have been more survivors if we'd never crushed that truck.
I don't believe that.
I will tell you that there was another route that you could have taken that would have resulted in it not going that way, but thankfully you made it easy for me. You just crushed the crystal outright.
Oh man. Who could have guessed?
That was way easier than the other path.
For you.
Yeah, for me.
Well, we went with this path. So
This was a much better route. So D, right before you sat back down, as you guys were resting and recouping your strength, in the middle of the town there was a giant blue aura that started glowing, and a massive ice shard just erupted. So now there's just a giant crystalline spike of ice dead in the center of town.
Fun.
Stop making that noise.
I'm thinking we should probably go investigate this. It might have something to do with the overall winter problem.
You know what? It probably would.
Well, I know you want to go. I'm not trying to win you over.
It's a good idea. I just want to make sure it's properly acknowledged. He winks at you.
Well, if you want to try and go back into the town, like we were saying, there could still be a few survivors. Anything's possible, I guess. But yeah,
It's less
it definitely.
about wondering about the survivors and more about seeing if this giant ice shard and doing some investigating on that.
we'd have to get to it first.
Yeah.
What about the
Was anyone
sewers?
was anyone specifically familiar with the lore of Icewind Dale?
Nope.
Anybody have that as a special like background thing?
No, I have a -1 in history
Let's see.
and a -1 in religion.
My character would not, but I do.
Right.
Let's see. It's one of my skills. History is. Let's see.
Yeah, if you guys want to roll a history check to see if anybody has heard. Well,
I've heard of something.
I think you've heard of it.
Mulma has read the stories of the Crystal Shard, so. But that's old. That's old hat.
okay. So between the collective knowledge and just general history of the area that's known by the party, it looks a lot like one of the crystalline shards of Crinchinabon, which was from back in Drizzt's time.
Drizzle.
Yeah, Faux Drizzle, for shizzle. Yeah, it was an ancient evil artifact that had the ability to create crystalline towers, and that is definitely what that looks like. Right in the middle of the town.
Sounds like a problem to solve. We're miners. I mean, we're all dwarves, so we know how to use a pickaxe. We can bring down a crystal.
Yeah, just chop it down.
Sounds
It's
off my pay grade.
And if we save some people along the way, no big deal.
Yeah, just rolling into town, kill a few cold light walkers, save some people, chop down the crystal. Solid plan. Scramsax is saying this
I would stick my hand in, but I'm still tied up.
as he rolls his eyes. He's like, "Yeah, that sounds great." The dwarves are all kind of looking around each other like, "Yeah, I don't know about that."
This is a covert operation. Y'all aren't invited. Scramsinkles, you are.
Thing is, he causes.
Yeah, pretty much.
He definitely didn't help.
He's not only guilty by association. He is guilty for any number of other reasons.
I mean, he just stood there and straight out told us he moved a lot of the product himself.
Right.
Well, it's,
I go, oh wow, I got all those people hooked.
he also says, "It's not like I had much of a choice."
You always had a choice.
It's always a choice.
Yeah, I mean, I could have just died. Guess I'll just die. I could have just told the speaker, "Nah, not gonna do it," and then woken up with a not woken up with a dagger in my throat.
So you are a
Stab in the
coward.
chest.
There were other solutions you could have found. I'm certain.
I prefer pragmatic. I'm pragmatic.
This is the oversimplification of a coward.
He says,
I think
"Look,
we're
I'm
beating
sure
around
that
the bush. I think we're beating around the bush too much. We need to move on.
Yeah.
All right, let's go get this crystal.
No, move on to the next 10 town.
If this crystal is going to turn into a crystal tower, don't you think another, like,
Okay, we could stand here and what if is going to happen with the crystal? We know what's happening now with this place. We need to go.
yeah, we know a crystal tower is going to come up, and we know we need to stop it before it does.
Okay, so where's the next town?
So you have a couple of choices.
Back step, a couple miles, would be at a town.
Yeah, just
No.
pick a. Oh, come on! No, I'm trying to grab the flag. And so there's a couple of options here. Now that poor little Brenda Shander's been frosted. Let's draw a crystal there.
All right, Gimdar, who do you want to turn into White Walkers next?
I think, you know what? I think I left something in Bryn Shander. We need to go back and get it.
Sorry, buddy, it's
I
lost.
think it's gone.
It's a family heirloom. It can't be gone. It's also magical in nature. It will survive. Let's go get it.
Oh, it'll survive, so it'll be here later. We can come back at any time. So
Somebody might steal it. It might disappear. We best just take care of it now while it's on my mind. I don't want to forget about it.
The family heirloom, why would you forget about it?
Exactly. Let's go.
yeah, no chance.
We have no reason not to go get it. It's a dwarven
No, we have
artifact
every reason not
of
to
great
go.
importance.
We're not going back for your grandmother's china set. I'm sorry, it's just not happening.
I did not say it was Grandmammy's china set. It's a magical pickaxe of great picking.
So we could head just straight north through Targos.
I
Yeah,
think if,
Targos is a more militaristic town.
That sounds bad.
They're
Oh wait, I'm a cleric.
the dwarves can actually give you some useful advice. They said that Targos is probably a safe bet, but given how close it is, it would probably be good to go north and let them know what's going on, unless they didn't notice the gigantic, massive shard, which is possibly visible from that far away. It's pretty big.
It's the closest city. That would be my vote. Just to head up there next.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying. But there's a city called Good Mead, and I just feel like that calls to me on a spiritual level.
Also a viable option. I mean, really, realistically, they're all pretty viable from here. This is kind of the hub town, so.
you mean was.
Yeah, well, Bryn Shander, yes, is like the hub town for the whole region. Like all of the goods and everything flow here.
Would you say it was the biggest town?
It's the biggest town for sure. The second biggest is Targos.
So there's likely people to save there.
Let's move up to Targos.
You guys are probably about right here. I think they're right there. No, probably about right there.
Oh, then we could get to a town real easy if we just went west.
If you went west?
Yeah.
We're already north of that town west you're thinking of.
Oh, I mean south. Sorry, I didn't see.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see the crooked north, east, west thing.
Oh yeah, it is crooked, isn't it? That's funny. I just noticed that too. I was like, west? You mean out into the tundra out there?
Nope,
That
just
town?
we're gonna go straight through the town.
Yeah, so really Targos is north, yeah. East. So yeah, Targos is probably your best bet.
They have a military?
They do.
Excellent. As a noble, I could go request their militaristic assistance in taking back Bryn Shander from the ice zombies.
Hey, if we can get
I like
more
that idea
people,
better.
then that's a better option than us trying to do it on our own right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So don't get used
The dwarves
to
look
saying
around.
goodbye to Bryn Shander. We'll be back soon.
The dwarves look around and they say, the town of Targos has always been at odds with Bryn Shander, so I'm sure that they would welcome an opportunity to sweep in and show him up. If there's anybody left to show up, that is.
I'm sure they would love to take its territory.
Alright, that too. Alright. So the party's going to move to Targos.
Look, it's already got a nice little
It's already what?
nice little crystal.
Little?
A cute baby crystal.
In comparison to Kelvin's cairn.
Yes.
Where you at,
If you
Targos?
compare it to a mountain, it's very small.
There it is. After a march north, actually, roll a d20.
I got it.
Let's see how uneventful your march north is. 14. We will start next session with a random encounter.
Cool.
Oh no.
All right.
Before
Excellent.
heading to Targos.
Actually, I feel like that's honestly one of the first times we've ever rolled into a random encounter.
Doesn't happen often.
Yeah. I think the last time I can remember that we actually had a random encounter roll was when we were in that crypt. We were playing with you, Scott,
Yeah.
and I think it was a bunch of ghouls or something down in that like lower level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. So, yeah, that's all I got for tonight. To do some prep for the
It-
next one.
Actually, Scott.
Do not.
Scott.
What?
Scott's
Broke up a
breaking
little,
up.
Scott.
Yeah.
Do not.
Do not.
Do not.
All
Do
right.
not-
Bye bye, internet. Stop and stream.